Hi guys, so I am super excited to be back with another video again. I know I have not had a video up on this channel in a while. I will kind of go into that in a second, not that it's really that dramatic or anything. Long story short, I got very busy, so I will talk about that in a minute. So for today's video, what we're going to be doing is kind of like a chit chat, catch up, but also kind of a testing out something. Hold on, what is reflecting? Is that better? Okay, so it's gonna be kind of a testing things out. You'll see in a minute what I mean by that, but also kind of a chit chatty, what's kind of been going on. As I said, it's nothing bad or anything, but just kind of like how life's been going. And yeah, so what I'm kind of testing out today is Makeup Revolution came out with a Nightmare Before Christmas collaboration, I guess. Hold on, let me grab this. Okay, so they came out with a Nightmare Before Christmas line, collection, whatever you want to call it. And I was so excited because you may or may not know about me. Tim Burton is like Tim Burton movies. They just make me happy. I love anything Tim Burton. And one of my all-time favorite movies ever is Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm even wearing one of my many Nightmare Before Christmas shirts today. So when they came out, oh my goodness. Okay. When it came out, of course, I was super, super excited. So I had already picked up and played with the Sally palette because that's all they had in stock whenever I picked it up. But my mom for Christmas was able to get a hold of the Jack palette. So we're going to be playing with the Jack palette today. And as I said, I'm kind of half testing it out just because since these are kind of like sister palettes, I'm assuming that they are going to be pretty close to the same in how they perform. So this is the Sally palette, this is the Jack palette. So this is what the inside of the Sally palette looks like. And this is what the inside of the Jack palette looks like. So I kind of like that the Jack palette's got a little bit more split in terms of this is kind of the neutral side. This is kind of like your brights, colorful side. But at the same time, this palette is super, super pretty. I love the pinks and the purples. So overall, I gotta say I like the color scheme of both. With the Sally palette, I do feel like they probably could have like played into her color scheme a little bit more. Like there's not really, like in the movie, she's kind of like this bluish green, and I don't feel like they really had those colors in there, if that makes sense. But I did like that they were really creative with the names in this. Like for example, Frog's Breath is one of the, not poisons, potions she uses. So like they've got names in there that are cute, that kind of go with the theme. But I haven't really looked at the names of the Jack palette. But I can automatically kind of see like Pumpkin King kind of goes with it, Pumpkin Song. And overall, I feel like this side just kind of fits the whole Nightmare Before Christmas kind of theme really well. I was making note. I guess not. At first I thought there was repeat shades, but I don't think there is. Never mind. Okay, so there's that. The Sally palette, my thing on it was, like most Makeup Revolution eyeshadow, it's very pretty, but you do have to work with it. With Makeup Revolution eyeshadows, a lot of times they're pretty, but they aren't going to be like instant blend, no issue. They are a little bit harder to work with, but if you're willing to work with them, they're really, really pretty. So the price point is a little bit more of the Makeup Revolution I feel like typically is, but you're also getting 36 shades for $20, which I don't feel like is bad at all. So my stance on this one has always just kind of been like, if you really love Nightmare Before Christmas and you're willing to work with the eyeshadows a little bit more, then 100% recommend. If you're not really a big Nightmare Before Christmas fan and it's one of those where you want a shadow that blends super easily, I would recommend finding another palette. I will let you know. I've got a feeling Jack's going to be similar. Oh, but we're going to play with that today. I've got one of the lip glosses. This one's in the shade 0, so it's just a clear gloss. I don't think it's going to be anything too fancy, but I've got that. And we're also going to be using the brushes that it has. So I should have opened this before I started filming. please hold. Okay, that was kind of a struggle to open. So you get 4 brushes and you get this super convenient and nice case. I always love cases like these because they're super nice for travel. If you're like me and you like to travel with a lot of brushes, that's super nice to have. I'm just going to pop out the brushes. Right off the bat, this is once again a thing. I don't think these brushes are going to be like life-changing, revolutionary. That's funny because brand. Okay, Makeup Revolution. Anyway, I don't think these are going to be like life-changing or anything like that. I think this is more if you're a huge fan of Nightmare Before Christmas, you're really going to like these. But it's not something you have to have. So you get this really, okay, these are a lot softer than I expected it to be. I can say that right off the bat. So you get this fluffy brush with, oh my goodness, Jack little faces, which is super cute. And then you get kind of this flat brush with Sally. I could say the designs on these are absolutely adorable. This can be really good for powder, especially kind of with that pointed edge if you really want to get in there, set your concealer. You get this really nice angled brush with 0 on it, which is super cute. And then, I just threw it. You get this really nice kind of blending brush with the Oogie Boogie Man. So as I said, not like a life-changing brush set, but if you love Nightmare Before Christmas as much as I do, then once again, it's super cute, something fun to have. So we're just going to get right into the makeup because I've already talked for way too long. So I already sprayed my face with the Laura Geller Spackle Mist. Spackle? Yeah, I think my brain's been all over the place. Anyway, this one is supposed to prime, set, and refresh your makeup. It's coconut water. Of course, I love anything involving coconut. I don't really know how much of a difference it makes compared to the Maybelline Lasting Fix, because I'm not sure if I talked about it on this channel. I've been really liking spraying my face with this before and after my makeup. I kind of want to do, maybe I'll do a video or a TikTok over it where I do half my face with this, half my face with this, see if it kind of makes a difference. But this I was able to get on sale with Ipsy, so that's been kind of fun to play with. So I'm going to prime my face. I was so excited. This was on sale for Black Friday, so I was able to get a full size of this on sale. So I'm going to use the Benefit Professional Primer to prime my face. And yeah, so essentially, you have not seen as many YouTube videos because it's for a number of like very like small like micro reasons. Essentially, school started, and school has been already crazy, and on top of school, I've been applying for college and figuring out college. I might do a video more kind of going over like college and all that stuff. We'll see. But that was crazy, and then marching band season this year. Normally, we end in November. We went all the way until the week before Christmas, because they had to kind of mess with our schedule this year with everything going on. So things have definitely been very, very busy. So that was busy. Hold on, let me grab my foundation before I continue. Okay. Anyway, I'm going in with my Infallible Fresh Wear, and I'm trying out this is an Ulta sponge. Sweet and Shimmer is the brand. I believe it's an Ulta sister brand. I like the Real Techniques one. Well, I find I don't like the Real Techniques one as much as I remember at one point, so we're trying a new sponge. Pull up my sleeves. Okay, anyway, continuing on. So things started to get super, super busy, and at the time, I now have got it worked out to where I'm going to be trying a new editing software on my computer. I recently got a new computer, but I was doing all my editing on my mom's computer, which is a lot older. So that always, her computer was starting to kind of start to overheat whenever I tried to edit. And obviously I didn't want to destroy my mom's computer. So between those things, being super busy, it takes a while to edit, I just decided to take a step back. And during quarantine, I was posting on the Instagram, on here, and on TikTok, which obviously is really not that much. But with just kind of experimenting and all that, I decided to kind of take a step back and just focus on one social media for the time, and that ended up being my TikTok. If you are not following that, I will put that in the link below where to follow me for TikTok, but I just kind of decided to focus on that for a little bit. So I've been posting a lot more makeup videos on there and just some I do a couple fun videos. It's mostly makeup. Okay, sorry about that. My phone decided that now would be a really good time to run out of storage. So anyway, what I was saying is if you are not, I highly recommend, if you want to see more of my stuff, you follow the TikTok. As I said, that's where I've had the most focus on. The nice thing is marching season's over, so I can post hopefully more. I was just kind of posting on the weekends there for a while, but I've been able to start posting more, especially being on Christmas break like I am right now. So there was that. So as I said, it really wasn't like anything dramatic, more just I was like, it might be easier. Let's just focus on one social media for now, and then we will add on as we go. So I'm going to be messing, I did not add foundation there. I'm going to be messing with a new editing software here, so hopefully I can start getting more videos out for you guys. I'm going to now be going in with the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, which I've still really been liking this one. And yeah, as I said, I do have a couple videos filmed, or I've got a video filmed. I haven't decided if I'm going to release it yet, because it's an older video. That's when like the editing software I was using was struggling the most. But essentially what it was testing out the Hip Dot SpongeBob palette. So if you guys would like to see that video, let me know. I'll be happy to kind of like re-edit it and go ahead still release it. If that's something that you guys want to see. So that might still come out, and then obviously this one's going to come out. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead, do my powder, do my blush, do my contour, and then come back so I can spend more time kind of talking about the stuff that I'm actually testing out, if that makes sense. Okay, so we did brows, highlight, contour, bronzer. Going to just tone down that highlight a little bit. I actually did use this brush for my highlight, and it did a good job. I kind of like that I could kind of like focus in on where I really wanted my highlight, and then I used this one for blush. It did a good job. As I said, obviously they're not the softest brushes there is. They're a lot better quality than I expected them to be. So as I said, if you're a Nightmare Before Christmas fan, I definitely recommend those. So now we're going to get into the eyeshadow. So we're going to get into the Jack palette. I have no idea what kind of look I want to do. Let me come in a little bit closer. Okay, here we are. Alright, so, trying to, as I said, kind of decide kind of look I want to do. You've got, as I said, a lot of options. You've got some more kind of neutral shades on this side, and then you've got your more bright shades. Of course, you've got a couple. Let me take the plastic off. So now that you can actually see, as I was saying, you've got kind of your more neutrals on this side. You got your colors on this side. You got a little bit kind of thrown in between, but that's kind of the general kind of concept they went. And then I thought this was just called the Jack palette, but it says Moonlight, Mischief, and Madness kind of inside it. So maybe that's the name of the palette. I'm not really sure. So as I said, there's a lot of options to play with. I'm really drawn. I don't think I'm going to today, but I will one day. These blues look so pretty. I'm going to just swatch them just to see. Those look really pretty, actually. I don't know why. I was never really into blues for the longest time, but I swear whenever I get a new palette, I'm always like, ooh, that blue looks really pretty, and then I want to play with the blue, but I'm like, do we really want to play with the blue? Anyway, the sun keeps like changing where it wants to go, so that's why I keep getting weird sunspots. Let's see if I can move some stuff too. Get it to stop reflecting. Okay, that's just gonna kind of be what it's gonna be for now. Anyway, so I think I'm just gonna kind of start and then just go from there and see where we go. As I said, I think I'm gonna save the blues for another day. I was kind of wanting like a darker look today, so I think I'm gonna set by kind of just like setting everything. I've got my normal concealer and powder on my lids, but I do kind of like to set everything with a shadow. So I'm gonna go into Bones with kind of a fluffier brush. Okay. So, I'm going to use this fluffier brush, and as I said, I'm going to go in with Bones. Let me grab a mirror of some sort so I can see what I'm doing. I've got the big mirror right here, but I like to at least like somewhat look in the general direction of the camera. So, this is what we're going to do. I would eventually like to, for lighting, I think I'm going to try to get one of those tripods soon that it's got like the automatic like ring light on it. To kind of just like play with my lighting a little bit more, adjust it. I wanted to kind of get back into like the editing and stuff and just kind of slowly kind of add on as my channel grows, go from there. So nothing fancy, just as I said, just kind of setting it with this brush. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to find the brush I want, and then I will tell you what I'm going to do next. Okay, this isn't the original brush I was looking for, but we're going to make it work. So I'm going to take this brush, make sure that it is cleaned off with one of those little brush switcher things, and I'm just going to kind of create a lighter transition shade to start off with. So I think I'm just going to start with Mayor and then kind of darken it up. So this is Mayor. As I said, it's not very dark at all. I'm just kind of building. Okay, before my phone decided to fly off the tripod, I was trying to find a spot that was a little bit less bright, which I think we fixed. Okay, so we're going to go into Mayor, like I was saying before. There is some fallout, so just be aware of that. They're a little bit dusty. I'm sure I haven't had any fallout yet just because I've used neutral shades, but shadow kind of flies everywhere when I pat off the excess. So that's just something to note. And I'm just blending this. Nothing really that exciting. You know, that's actually blending really well. It's a really nice color for just kind of like your everyday. If you want to do something quick and everyday, if you just kind of throw this on, maybe add a little bit of a shimmer to the lid. You could kind of bring this underneath into the lower lash line. I think that would be really nice. So that was something, yeah. I said I know it's like a neutral shade and it's pretty, usually most neutral shades work out nicely, but when you got one that just kind of really easily blends like this, it's always nice to have. So that looks pretty even. So as I said, we've got a super neutral base right now, so now we're going to start kind of playing. I think I'm going to see how dark Ghoulish is, and then we might go into Sandy Claws. But I want to start with Ghoulish, just see what it does. So I'm going to take the same brush, but I'm going to focus it a little bit more on the crease. I'm just going to kind of press it into the crease and then blend it from there. Okay, so this is a little bit lighter than I expected it to be, but it's really pretty. Oh, never mind. There it goes. It's building up. Yeah, that's actually really pretty. Not the exact shade. I don't know what I was expecting, but this is a little bit different than what I was expecting, but I really, really like it. That's really nice. Okay, so I'm just going to finish blending this, do the other eye, and then we will continue on. Okay, guys, so that's actually blending really, really nice. I'm really liking that. Ghoulish will probably is what I'll end up taking in my lower lash line, but I'm just going to kind of keep playing with the top part, and then we'll bring it down afterwards. I still am really tempted to play with this red. I'm almost wondering, let's add the shimmer to my lid, and then I'll go from there. So I think, this Eureka looks really it's like a kind of gray. It almost looks like a warm toned gray. That makes no sense because gray is not a warm tone color at all, but it does. It looks like a warmer gray, and it's really kind of drawing my eye. I also like the What's This and Mummy Boy, but maybe I do want to use What's This. See, there's so many like fun things. Oh, and I didn't even see Graveyard. That is super pretty too. But I think we're going to play with What's This and maybe add on if we need to. So I'm just going to start off with my finger. I've got a feeling I'm going to end up using a flat brush with a little bit of setting spray, but we'll see. So I'm just going to, I'm going to want to take a little bit of setting spray, but right off the bat, that's more pigmented than I expected it to be, so that's pretty. Just going to build it up a little bit more. And in all honesty, like, I'd be happy with just that, but I want to try to build it a little bit more. So I'm going to take a flat brush. I'm just going to spray it with a little bit of this Maybelline Lasting Fix. And we're going to go into What's This? And just build it a little bit more so it kind of has that full potential. yeah, that really kind of kicked it up a step. That's actually really pretty. It's a nice, as I said, it's a nice kind of whitish grayish shade. It's a nice neutral shimmer shade. Is it the most shimmery shade I've ever used in this world? No, but it's like, to me that's a nice balance. So I'm going to do the other eye, and then I'm thinking we'll play with the red. We'll see. Okay, so, wait, this side is not as bright, is it? There we go. Alright, so since I have no self-control at all, I think we're going to play with the red a little bit. The safe move, okay. The safe move would be to just take like Beryl, or, yeah, take Beryl, or even like a little bit of the Ghoulish again, and just kind of tap it on the outer corner. But I figured I'm not going anywhere, so let's go for it. So we're going to go into Sandy Claus, which is Sandy Claus worked well. I think a really pretty kind of different look would be like Sandy Claus with 0 on the lid. There's a lot of potential for some really cool looks. So I'm going to just take this red, kind of pack it on where I want it, and then kind of blend it. Did I say red? I'm going to take this brush. That's what I meant. So we're just going to see. I'm not sure how pigmented this is going to be, but we're going to try it. So, more pigmented than I expected, but it seems to be blending nicely. Okay, that's not a total disaster. I was really scared we were about to ruin this whole look. I might need to take something. I'll probably take the shade. There's a shade called Love I'll show you in a minute that I'll probably use to kind of make this transition look a little bit less harsh. But I'm just going to take kind of this brush from the Jack set and just kind of blend that really nicely. Wow, I was not expecting that. Is that like out of this world, like super bright red, like the Hip Dot palette? Like we'll talk about that. In that other video I said I'd edit, it's one of those, is it out of this world, like super bright red? My fingers are dry. No, but it's like that nice, like everyday pop of color without being too much. It blends really well. It's super pretty. I'm happy with it. So I'm just going to start that on the other eye, and then as I said, I'm probably going to have to take a shade. It looks a little harsh between the two right now, so I might have to take a shade and just kind of transition it a little bit more. Guys, I really, really, really am liking this. Not that I don't like the Sally palette, but the Sally palette you definitely have to work with. And I feel like you don't have to work with these shades as much. Part of it is the Sally palette. I used more of the darker shades. And I find that once you start getting into super dark purples, super like blacks, they're a little bit harder to work with, so that might be part of it. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take Love, and I'm just going to kind of barely pat it between the two just to kind of make a little bit less harsh of a transition from the white essentially to the red. So I'm just kind of going in there. Not using a lot, just barely. I mean, I probably could have got away with not really saying much. And I'm going to blend it down. As I said, it's just to add just kind of a slight, more of a kind of ease into the red, so you don't have that super harsh like white red. So as I said, we're just kind of adding that transition like so. And as you can see, it just kind of makes it all look a little bit less harsh. So now I think I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to bring Beryl actually into my lower lash line. I might do a little bit of black in the waterline. I haven't decided yet, but I'm really, really happy with this palette, guys. I gotta say, I'm really impressed so far. I feel like we've got a really nice look going. So I'm just going to take this brown on the angled brush. This is a really kind of firm angle brush. Sometimes you've got ones that are a little bit fluffier. This one definitely is not. So that's just something to make note of if you like a fluffier one better. But yeah, no, I'm just working this in the lash line. Okay, so what I think what I'm going to do is I might add a little bit of black in the waterline. I'm going to add some mascara, and then I will come back. We'll finish it up with some gloss, and yeah. Okay, so I added the mascara and eyeliner, which I feel like just helped bring it all together. So far, I've got to say, I'm loving this. Like, I do not expect to love this as much as I do. Of course, I have not played a ton with the colors. I would like to eventually do, like, a blue look and maybe like a purple and orange look. Like there's a lot of things to play with in this. I think this is great in terms of it's got your neutrals, so you can definitely make your more everyday looks, and then you can do your everyday glam looks, kind of like I did today, but you also can go into your super bright and colorful looks. As I continue to play with this more, sorry, I was putting the plastic back on it so the shadows didn't combine. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to play with this more. Obviously, I said I'd like to do some colorful looks. If I start playing with this and I notice that stuff just isn't working like I feel like it did today, I will let you guys know. But no, I definitely 100% recommend this. The Sally palette is good too. I personally, between the two, if I had to choose one, I find that I liked this one just a little bit more. But the Sally palette is really nice too. So if they only have one in stock, it's not the end of the world. Just more if you're like, I'm between two, what would you think? That's the one I personally like, but I also really, really like the Sally palette. And it's been a while since I played with the Sally palette, so now I kind of want to play with it more. But yeah, no, I'm super happy with how this turned out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add the Nightmare Before Christmas Revolution gloss in 0. And I gotta say, I can't remember the last time I had just like a plain gloss like this. Like all my glosses have got at least like a slight tint. And it's kind of nice to have a gloss like this. I love the packaging. It's got 0 and his little house, which I think is so cute. And it's kind of cool. They've got the completely like translucent packaging along with the clear gloss. So I'm not expecting like much, it's just a gloss, but I figured I'd still talk about it. So yeah, it's not super heavy, not super sticky. It's got a slight vanilla scent to it, but not overpowering. It's a real like subtle gloss to me. It's not a super over the top gloss. I mean, obviously you can see my lips are shiny, but it's not super over the top. It doesn't feel super sticky or heavy. It's not lip plumping or cooling at all. It's just your regular traditional gloss that, I said, to me isn't too sticky at all. I really like it. I definitely could see myself using this again for days where I just want something simple. And yeah, that kind of wraps up today's video. Oh, I forgot to set my face. Hold on. I'm going to go ahead and use the Laura Geller one again. Now we are done. So overall, I'm really happy with how everything turned out. As I said, super happy with that palette. Did not expect that. Really like the gloss. It's not sticky at all. I mean, like, you can, like when I rub my lips together, I can't explain it. It more feels like, it feels more like a lip balm to me. It does not feel like my lips aren't sticking together or anything like that. So if you don't like sticky glosses, you're really going to like this one. They have a couple shades in this. I eventually would like to try, they've got a blush and a highlight, I think, also. So if I get my hands on that one's quick enough. I probably would put that on TikTok. Once again, that's really where I've been focusing the most. I'll put my social medias in the description as I always do. But I said I've had a lot going on TikTok, including I did a look and a review over the Baby Yoda palette. So I've started kind of doing like small stuff like that. So as I said, if you're not following that and you have TikTok, I 100% recommend, because I've been doing a lot there. But I'm also, as I said, I'm planning to come back here and start filming more. Let me know if you want to see that SpongeBob palette video. I'll be happy to edit that one and post it, even though it's an older video. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing. Feel free to come back. We do makeup videos here, and I might start doing some more hair stuff, just kind of playing with some different stuff, which I think will be fun. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free, as always, to leave your requests in the comments of anything you want to see. Same goes for TikToks. If you ever want to see something specific on TikTok, you want to see a specific series, you can comment on either of those or DM me on my Instagram. Speaking of DMs, my TikTok DMs are not working. I don't know why. So, that would be one I'd say don't message me on, because I can't answer for whatever reason. I had an old account at one point, and I connected my number to that one, so it won't let me connect my number to the new one. So if anyone knows how to fix that, let me know. But feel free, as I said, leave your requests in the Instagram DMs, Instagram comments, these comments, TikTok comments, whatever you decide to do. And yeah, I said thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next video, and yeah.